Check, check, check. Okay, there we go. Okay. My mic working? Yes. What's up? We're going live again. This is number 4 of our project ShovelRAD. Finally got some time tonight, so we're going to keep cranking on this. Man, I keep having trouble with these microphones. I guess I shouldn't have gotten a super cheap wireless mic, but yeah, one of them's not charging anymore. Okay, whatever. Well, I charged up the one I'm using. It should be good. We'll figure that out later. What's going on? There's nobody watching, so I'll just talk to myself for a minute. So yeah, I cleaned up the workbench a little bit, put some tools away. What's new? If anybody watched this before, you saw my little poodle, my little white dog, Cole Trickle, that was laying on the couch. We had to put him down yesterday, so that was a huge bummer. His kidneys had failed, and he had some other problems, so that sucks. And I'm staying busy working on stuff. What else is cool? Check this out. My buddy, grab my camera up here, I'll show you. My good buddy Nick sold me his 81 Suzuki TS 125, which I'm super stoked on. This was my first bike I ever had. Not this exact one, but same bike. I had a blue, mine was a 79, I think, but I don't think they changed anything. So this is an 81 Suzuki TS 125 two-stroke. Mine was in pretty bad shape, but I've wanted one again forever because it was literally my first motorcycle that I bought in college. And yeah, Nick had one and sold it to me. We're doing some work on his CB 350 and some other stuff, but gave me a great deal on it. I'm super stoked to have it. I wanted one forever. So runs great and could use probably a little more cleaning, but it'll turn out real nice. But yeah, awesome bike. So I'm super stoked on that. Thanks, Nick. Set this camera back up here. And there we go. So we'll see how much we get done tonight. Gonna keep, there we go, working on some disassembly. Let's see what we got. What would make sense to pull apart next? So I want to try and get transmission and engine out. Shouldn't be that much to do. I guess we'll do trans first and get it out. It needs a good cleaning. Yeah, so why don't we work on that? Get transmission out, and then maybe we'll start on the motor, but I am tired. I don't know how much we'll work on this tonight, but we'll get something done. Okay, I'll put on some gloves and let's see what makes sense. I haven't pulled the transmission out of one of these in a long time since my last shovel, so I don't really remember what to do. So we'll look. Okay, at this point, it'd be really nice to get that starter solenoid out of here. So right on. So here's our starter solenoid. Cables are loose, so no big deal. I've already moved parts over to the parts shelf you saw before, so I'm just going to go set it over there. All right. Might as well get our clutch cable out of the way. You can see the clutch cable just slides into the clutch arm, the clutch release arm, or whatever you call it, with a little ball end. Since that's all loose, you can just pop it right out. We need a wrench. I don't know, it looks like a 9/16 probably. To loosen this over here. Yeah, there we go. So you can see the adjusters right here. That's a 1/2 inch, and then it looks like the lock nut is a 9/16. I have no idea if it's been changed or what, but See if I can loosen it some from here. The coil bracket's kind of in the way, so there's not a ton of room. Okay, there we go. Got the nut loose. Oh, okay. And so I can slide that back, and then I can unscrew the threaded adjustment part that goes through the bracket. So loosen that. There we go. Okay, clutch cables out. I'm gonna put the lock nut back on it. Out of the way. It's super crusty, definitely getting replaced. Okay, might as well get our coil out of the way. I don't think we're reusing any of the wiring on this bike, so I'm not very concerned about trying to maintain any of it. It's just none of it's in good shape. Might as well cut these. Yeah, so yeah, I don't think I care about any of this. We're just gonna cut all that, get it out of the way. Oh yeah, the harness is for sure, somebody made it or something. It's not in great shape or original. Okay, let's grab a 1/2. Okay, I'm gonna remove the two nuts that secure the coil bracket. So there's our coil mounted to the bracket that just picks up those two studs. Nothing to it. I assume, I don't remember, my last one didn't have this either. These spots, I don't know what this is. My guess is hopefully Phil's, what was the guy's name? Phil's Chop Shop, I think, was commenting with some super useful info, which was rad. Thanks, man. If you're ever watching this live, say hi. That was super cool. He seems to know old shovels much better than I do. So if you know, tell me what went there. I was gonna guess it was mounts for the circuit breakers, but if you can see, yeah, you can kind of catch them right there. Oops, I'm going the wrong way. So right here where I'm tapping, there's breakers mounted in their little holders to the rear fender. So it's not the circuit breakers. Anyways, I'd love to know what that is. It's like multiple screws. Yeah, like I said, my last one didn't have that, but you know, the more I think about it, I'll have to show a picture of it or something sometime. I mean, it was already a super modified bike. It wasn't even close to original. So I realized all this stuff I'm like thinking I knew or remembered about shovel heads like probably doesn't apply anyways, because the only shovel I really got deep into like this and like totally disassembled was not even close to original to begin with. So anyways, I probably am wrong on a lot of stuff, but it doesn't matter. If you watch this, hopefully it'll show you don't have to know what you're doing to take one of these apart and figure it out, because they're not that complicated. And you don't already have to be like mega Harley dude, know everything about them to build one. I don't. Motorcycle is a motorcycle, so pretty sure you can figure it out. Okay. So coil's out of the way. Let's see. Suppose we should loosen the chain and get it off of the transmission. So hold up a sec. I'm going to grab my scissor jack. Okay. If you don't have one of these, get one, because they're the best. I'll show you. So this is awesome. I use it on the lift all the time. So slide it under your frame like that. And then we can get the rear tire. Might be over tightening my straps a little bit, but okay. Just need to lift it a little bit. So now got the rear tire off the ground, which is great. Now I can loosen up the adjusters and slack the chain out. So let me switch to the other camera so I can show you that. Okay. Let's see here. This is the best way. All right, there we go. So we need to loosen up our axle adjusters, which are these guys right here. Of course, I'll need a deep socket, 1/2 inch. And then we'll also need to loosen up our axle nut, which you can see right over here. And it doesn't really matter which order we do that. So I've got this big wrench. Let's see if we can knock it loose. Get on it. Okay, there we go. All right. So I'm going to pull that way loose so there's no tension from the axle being clamped together. Okay, then I'm going to grab a 1/2 inch deep socket, should reach. Yep. Okay, I'm going to loosen my adjuster way out. Make sure it's all super loose. So that'll give me a ton of room. Switch to the other side, do the same thing. Okay, cool. So now I can push. I guess I gotta go even further. So the point is I can push the, just like a dirt bike chain adjuster. With those loose, I should be able to push the wheel all the way forward in its, here, let me switch to the side so you can see, in its adjustment slots. Okay. And I got it forward quite a bit. Almost enough slack in the chain to take it off. But let's see. See if I can move it forward any further. Yeah, I don't know what we're hitting. Maybe the brake linkage rod there is stopping it, but we got a lot of slack in the chain, so let's see. That might be plenty. Switch to the other side. Workbench. Okay, so you can see a ton of slop in the chain now, right? And we'll see. Hopefully that's enough to roll it off with a sprocket, but I don't know. There we go. Okay. I don't care about this chain guard. We're certainly not going to be using it. Okay, there we go. So let's see. With this, I don't know what we're dealing with here. If this is just a chain guard or what, because there's plenty of slack. But damn, we're missing the tiniest bit of clearance to take it off because of this. And looks to me like that's part of the transmission, so we can't remove it. Trying to see if there's, am I showing this okay? Yeah, okay. Trying to see if there's any spot where I can get just enough. So, I mean, it's super close, but it's catching on the inside of the chain. Got most of it out. Come on, dude. All right. I didn't look at the chain first to see if it's a master link type, because if it is, we can remove the link. Yeah, it is. Okay, I probably should have done that first. Let's see. Let me get the chain back on. Sprocket, there we go. Okay. I'm gonna feed it through. So I can show you better. There we go. Okay, so now you can see right here, you can see the little U-shaped master link. So if I pop that off, I can remove the link and then disconnect the chain. Then we'll have no problem feeding it around and out. All right, one sec. Usually use a little flathead screwdriver and some needle nose pliers. Are usually helpful to pop these off. Oh yeah, this one's in bad shape anyways. It's just already kind of bent and popping right off. So, I mean, I don't really care about the condition of this. We're replacing it. There we go. Okay, so there's the master link. Little U-shaped clip. The closed part goes in the forward direction of travel. Okay, so now with it off, hopefully, let's see, hopefully I can pop it out, but sometimes when they're old and crusty, they don't want to come off. The outside part doesn't want to come off. Let's see. Okay, try and put a screwdriver in and pry it a bit. I got it moving a little bit. I'm gonna grab a hammer and try and tap it away. All right. There we go. Okay, so there's the outer plate. And then the inner link right there. Okay, so then with those out of the way, we can just roll the chain right off. Now, I'm certainly not reusing this crusty old chain, but I'll keep it for now just in case I need it to like count links on, or might be useful later to make sure we replace it the right size if I keep the same dimensions or whatever, so I don't know. So I'm going to put it back together, put the link back on. I'm just going to clip one side of the master link on it. I mean, one side of the clip on it should be enough to secure it. No, it's bent too much. Okay, who cares? All right, so that's it. I'm going to keep the chain, like I said, as a reference just in case I need it. But it'll almost for sure be thrown away shortly. All right, get some gloves. Yeah, almost out. I hate wearing these gloves. They really suck. But, man, I just don't like wrecking my hands anymore. Okay, so Now what are we looking at? Transmission should be, I think, pretty much disconnected from everything that we would need to remove. Let's see. I'm going to post in the chat. Thanks for watching. See if anybody ever answers in the chat. Okay. So we can leave our shift linkage there. Sprocket's fine. I'm going to go ahead and, I don't remember how the motor or how the transmission mounts attached. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this back down and get the stand out of the way for the lift. Okay. All right, let's look. There is, I don't know if this will go down far enough, but we'll see. Hopefully. Yeah, it's going to be hard to show this angle. But down here, transmission mounts on these, I think they're sliding, they're like slots because it's adjustable, and there's some big nuts on studs that are on the bottom of the transmission under there. I'm going to try and show it. It's going to be hard because I don't have good light down there. But pretty sure they're 9/16 bolts or nuts on there. Let's see. Yeah. There's one. There we go. It's always a pain getting the stuck, covered in grease, and get stuck in there. Okay, I'm gonna go to the other side. Just doing the same thing, popping the nuts off of the transmission mount. Let's see here. There they are. And the last one. Okay. All right, there we go. So let's see, is that everything or no? I don't remember. Okay, come around and look. So I've got all four of those loose, or the nuts removed from the transmission mounting plate. I'm pretty sure that's all that attaches the trans to the mounting plate. Oh, probably gonna need to remove this bracket up here. This up. So we have a bracket right here that's part of the mount for something. Forget what that was. Probably the oil tank, I think. So it's gonna come off. Okay. Well, I got one of them off. The other one's well in the way. Oh, I see. You have to remove the entire coil mount. Okay. So I'll do this. Okay. We'll see if I can do it with this because it's laying right here. Might as well get a socket. believe it's, yeah, it's a 9/16. Okay. Okay, so we got that whole plate out of the way. Now, I think we can get down to this. Shoot, I'm gonna need a short, 1/2-inch short socket. All right. Well, that's a 7/16, so it's not gonna work. I already get it out. Yep. Okay. Okay, there's our bracket out of the way. Now, we set this stuff aside so I don't lose it. Okay, so set that over there. Just putting the hardware back together for this piece. The brackets I took off. Okay. All right. So, what now? Let's see. There's two more. No, there's two nuts at the back, but those are part of the, I believe they're part of the mounting plate, not the transmission itself. So I'm still, I guess I'll grab a pry bar and try and lift it. I'm like almost positive that it's only the 4 nuts that hold the transmission to the mounting plate. And my guess is it is just stuck from being there forever. Gotta find a good spot to lift from. Yeah. Okay, so you can see I get under it and lift a little bit, it moves, so that's good. We'll go over to the other side because it feels loose. We'll check. It feels loose, but not like it's moving as freely as I would expect if I had it like ready to go. So let's see. Yeah, so the other side's loose. Yeah, this side doesn't move. So I still have it attached somehow. How? Oh, right in front of me. One more bolt right here under the kickstart outer cover. Okay, I don't know if it's 1/2 inch or 9/16, so we'll see. I'm not gonna be able to capture it well, but I can see it down here. There is one more. Yeah, here we go. One more bolt down here. So let's get on this. No, not bolt. Oh yeah, it was a bolt. I think it was a nut. Okay, you can see it there. One more. Perfect. So there's one more at the bottom. Now our transmission is completely loose. Okay. I don't know which side it has to come out from. I'm guessing the other side from how that looks. So let's try that first. Okay. Why does it feel like I'm still stuck on something? Grab the pry bar. Oh, so I'm not stuck, but I'm hitting the swing arm. Yeah, and this more stuff that makes sense. Like I said, the other one I took apart had a Baker 6-speed on it, totally different transmission. Or 5-speed maybe. But it was a Baker transmission, not original. and it was not a kickstart transmission either, so it's nothing like this one. I remember it coming in and out very easy because it had tons of room. This does not. What am I missing? So I don't know if you can see from the angle well, but this is the interference point here. The lower ear of the transmission is hitting on the swing arm. We can't pull it this way anymore because the slotted mounts have it captured. I mean, we could remove maybe you have to remove the entire mounting plate, the slotted transmission mounting plate, but I hope not. I wouldn't think so, but so you also have an interference point right there with the that other bracket. I'm gonna go to the other side and see if I see anything. Tons of room to lift and move on this side. Let's see. So maybe if we lift damn. Nope, that's a super tight fit. And I have it fully forward. Well, I bet Google will help. Do a Google search. See if I can find anything because it's like super close. Let's see. Shovelhead, remove, ratchet, transmission. Let's see. Remove the transit in the on this forum, beware the fifth bolt. Not only is it hard to see and remember, it's a different thread pitch. Yeah. Funny. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna look at a YouTube video, see if they show where the clearance is. Okay. What'd you do, buddy?
All right, guys, you can see we're almost loose here.
Okay.
Next step is out she comes.
How'd you do it?
I lied. Transmission removal. If you did everything right, you should be able to heat muscle that transmission out. Yay, us.
Okay. This guy pulled it out this side we're looking at, the left side of the bike. I can't tell if he removed the mounting plate or not. Alright, I'm going to watch one more time. He removed the chain, did that. I see it sitting on the mounting plate.
Alright guys, you can see we're almost loose here. Next step is out she comes.
Well, I was just watching a YouTube video. Looks the same as what I'm doing here. Put these back on. So let's see. What else? What else? Okay. All right, let's see here. Looks definitely comes out this side. No, dude must remove it with the mounting plate. I mean, there's just no other room. I'm looking under here now and it's like, I'll go ahead and remove the mounting plate. This out of the way. Okay, so that's transmission. I can just keep my hardware separate. Okay. So I removed this one is mounting plate. Okay. What else for the mounting plate? Okay, so we have two with through bolts. Okay. Let's see if I can get to this one too. Might have to loosen everything first. So we're gonna have to loosen the mounting plate as well. So there's two, the front two mounts for the mounting plate are through bolts, and then the rear two are bolts that screw into the frame. I gotta scrape some crud off back here. Okay. Sorry, I don't have a good way of showing this. There's just no angle I'm gonna get. Okay. Dang. The other one is just low enough that you have to do it with a wrench. Nice. Okay, so the other one I'm going to be able to get to from right here. Sorry, I'm going to be in the way for a minute while I do this. Okay. Just dumping buckets of crud and grease and stuff off of here. All right, nice. There is the back mounting bolt. Okay, and the other front one, so they're all loose now. I just have to pop up this other front one, which was stuck. So let me wiggle everything around. There we go. Okay, so it lifted up. I go to the other side and try and grab it. Yeah, I can see it right here. Okay, cool. Got the other one. Okay. Now I have the whole transmission mounting plate loose. So that's what I was missing. Now we can slide the whole thing out on this mounting plate. Get some stuff out of there. There we go. Okay. And there. It's being held by the trying to drop the plate off. Let's see. There we go. Okay. There. Mounting plate is loose. Get the transmission out of the way. All right. So now that it's moved, here you can see the mounting plate. So mounting plate mounts down there to the frame, and then the mounting plate is slotted. So the transmission bolts that are on the bottom of the trans drop through the slots, and that gives you some wiggle room side to side like this, forward to back, a little bit this way, and that's what lets you align the transmission to the engine to get your primary chain running straight. All right, I'm just moving on this. Damn, this is all teardown's always fun, and then you get to the cleaning part. And man, like I said, this bike is going to get a good cleaning. We're not going to paint